Hi everybody. I'm Kevin Ramirez. I recently just finished my topics. Topic five. No, not recently, but today I'll be doing the video reflection for topic seven. So let's get started, right? Okay. Um, so as you guys can see, this is what I've done. So this is based off of topic five, and we're going to summarize. So let's first start off with the security. Give me one sec. Uh, fast. Sorry. What was right here? Oh my god. The online security insights from topic five. So recently we've seen like a lot of messages. Where it ranges from not just emails but also from our personal phone number, where many um, of these numbers we would see are fake and would send links to your own phone number and really try to, how could I say it, try to have you press it so they can steal not just your personal information but also your credit card and really um, what can I say, really, if you don't take care of yourself, they're going to also steal your voice. And I've had personal experiences on that where I accidentally clicked the link and received a call from someone who was pretending to be me on the phone and somehow convinced my dad to pick up the phone and then really use that to manipulate and have it send money. For example, I'm gonna say this in Spanish, so if you don't understand, it would say like, Dad. I'm gonna translate. Dad, I need money. I'm stuck. I'm I'm this, and this was during while I was in school, and yeah, it's crazy how the world has developed, and it's really scary if you really think about it, cause wow, your own voice is being used to harm and to hurt. You know. Now the next one. Oh, sorry about that. Now the next one. Technology time asset. I know I'm going down, but I feel like it work. Technology time asset. So this would be here. So many of us spend lots of time in social media, and our if we really want success, we really need to build upon making sure that the time that we put is planned and accurate. Now let me give you an example. People from success range from um, I know there's a famous podcast person, Tony Robbins, right? Tony Robbins didn't do how could I say? Tony Robbins didn't just like, you know, just have his work out of nowhere. No. What he did was plan the time he wanted and stuff. He always has his distractions, cuz every human being can't just live off of work, you know? We also need time to like have free time. But it turns into a distraction from the time you start doing, for example, let's say you planned an hour to distract yourself. Now if you're going outside of that, it's an addition of distraction, which which makes it where which makes it where sorry about that, which makes it where um yeah, which just makes it where like you're just addicted to being distracted. For example, watching reels, right? Our generation, we're like filled with distractions of watching reels every single day, every single time, and spend, to surprise ourselves, 46 hours. You know. But here, work related technology would be from what I'm studying, software development, social media. This is what I've I've spent a lot of time, and I've done a better job because I use a schedule, and now I've limited the amount of time I'm in social media to the point where I have more time to do my work. Now for streaming services, I think it would tie along with social media because Netflix is now adding chats and stuff. But yeah, watching movies is another example of set a time, but don't go past it, because what you're gonna risk is not only your productive time but also your future. So you gotta think of that. Let's see. Yeah, I think yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Career goals, reflection. So when it comes to digital safety, right? That'd be like making sure everything's right. Let me just check how much minutes we're in. Ah, shoot. I'm sorry, Professor, but I have to go past because I really like this assignment. But when we're talking about digital safety, it really revolves around making sure that every user who accesses not only your app or website, um, but their data, right? Because whenever we access an app, a website, stuff like that, we we have to make sure that that site or that website is trusted, is safe, and thanks to stuff like browsers like Google and your personal phone, we have securities. We have these type of securities that make sure that your data isn't leaked. And if it is leaked, it's like a second verification factor, I would say. You know? Um, but just like it says here, protecting my online presence helps me look professional to employers. So protecting your own like how you are online is what makes you professional for people who are looking, based off your profession. In this case, software development is a major that's really competitive nowadays, right? Um, Now here, good security habits prevent data loss that could affect my education or career. And this is true because say you were to click those messages that had um, what can I say? That had those that like steal your data or steal your credit card information and etc. Like at that time, it would ruin your career or education because say you don't have a scholarship and you're relying on your debit card to pay it off, your plans and stuff. Um, Really, what you have to do and have to um, make sure is um, to not have any of those links still. And nowadays, I feel like now we're realizing that, especially since there's a lot of spam calls and stuff. But we have to be careful on what we sign up for. Like for example, if we put our emails for certain um, websites or apps that require us to put our phone number and stuff, we have to be careful because that's how scams and scammers try to really like say, oh, this person gave me their phone number. I'm just going to spam the hell out of their messages, and it really gets annoying because I can tell you, my dad, my dad has a really big issue with that. But yeah, now when it comes to my profession, I really want to make sure that the user who's accessing my website and app are 100% sure that this website and app that I'm providing for them for like service, to offer them as like a, let's say for example, client or just in general to test out I'm gonna say product. To test out my product, I want them to feel 100% sure, confident that whoever made this, for example me, is someone trusted, someone they can share this to others, you know? Because when we're starting, we always have to start step by step, right? We can't just go boom, you know? We have to start one step at a time, one step at a time. It's like that in life, like in general. Um, and yeah, a book I recommend, and I know this is a little off topic, but I like to read this book. It's The Club of 5 a.m. You know, really sets up your morning, and I really recommend it because it prepares you for what's ahead. You know, because you can't be strict on just knowing what you're studying for career. Like you can't just study your career. You have to expand on that. Go above and beyond and trust in yourself. You know, and and pray. Always pray to God. God is God is the only reason why we're here. God is the only reason why we're here. And everyone has to acknowledge that. See, I'm not a perfect human being, and there's times that I've been distracted more than what I need to be. But it's only a matter of how fast you are from those times that you're distracted a lot, that you say, "Hey, you know what? No, I have a goal. I have something in mind. I need to wake up, work on it, and become a better me." Because you're not competing for another person. You're competing for yourself, for the better you that defeats the old you. So yeah, thank you for putting out this assignment, professor. And I hope you really like this video and really motivates others to continue going for the dreams. But yeah, have a great day.